Hello everyone, Randy coming back at you, Carolina Picker, and today we're going to discuss, can you retire as a reseller, or specifically from eBay, or we could add Poshmark or Mercari or something like that in there as well. One of the things you have to think about is in retirement, you're planning on not having to do anything. That being said, you want to be able to have something that's either like a residual income or some sort of perpetual income that will come in forever without you having to do anything. Now, typically we think of Social Security as that. We've put into it our whole lives, and then when we retire, we're able to draw Social Security without having to do anything. But you don't want to just depend on Social Security because it's not a lot of money, especially if you consider inflation. They never give the correct amount of raises, and it may not always be there. We don't know where Social Security is going in the future, if it's going to be there for future folks. So that being said, you've got to start putting away for some retirement somehow, some way. Now, this is not your typical eBay reselling video. I understand that, and this may bore you, but hopefully you'll watch until the end, and I can give you some great tips on how to be able to set up for your retirement in this video. Now, keep in mind that this is just my opinions only. I am in no way, shape, or form any kind of accountant, nor am I an attorney, nor am I a stockbroker, nor am I a financial advisor. And anything I say on here, you should do your own research before doing anything that I say that I do in this particular video. Always do your own research, and never, ever, 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 ever invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So, can you retire with as a reseller or as an eBay or Poshmark or whatever? Well, the thing is you probably can't. Now, I know that's not the answer you were looking for, but the truth of the fact of the matter is you're not going to be able to retire unless your business is large enough to where you can hire employees and a manager that can take it over, and there'll still be profit left over for you to take out each and every month while you're on vacation or while you're at home or whatever it is that you're doing in your retirement days. So that becomes more like an actual company, and you are then a company owner, and you're taking out profits from that company and still being able to pay your employees and the manager and all that good stuff. So unless you're planning on being able to do that, which is not impossible, you can do that, and there's people out there that absolutely do that. They have employees and they have managers, and they bring in millions of dollars a year from their eBay business or from Poshmark or whatever the case may be, reselling. But typically speaking, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but typically speaking, that's not going to happen. 99% of resellers, 99% of the people on eBay are just making a living or just part-time income or just extra income, and it'll never amount to more than that. And that is because of a lot of different things. That's because maybe you don't have the space to have the amount of products needed to grow your business, or maybe you don't have the time to be able to take the pictures and list your items properly and get out all the sales. Or maybe it's just a fact that you just don't want to do it all the time. Okay, maybe it's just too time consuming for you to be able to grow, and you can't afford to hire anybody to help you out at this particular time. So there's a lot of reasons why 99% of the people on eBay will never make more than a living, or just over a living. When I say just over, there's some people out there that are actually making, they're profiting $7,000 or $8,000 a month, and that's a lot of money, depending on where they live at in the United States. For example, if they were to live in LA, California, $7,000 or $8,000 a month is probably poverty. But if you were living in a place like, somewhere in North Carolina or South Carolina or Texas or somewhere like that, depending on what county you're in, $7,000 or $8,000 a month could be 3 times the average monthly income of the person living in that particular area. So it really depends on where you live as well. So here's what I suggest. Well, let's take that back. I don't suggest it. I'm not making any suggestions here. Here's what I do. okay? And then you can just figure out what you want to do on your own. What I do is I have several different businesses that make me an income, and those businesses require full time from me. So basically, I own my own job, if you will. I own my own jobs, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is I don't have to work for anybody. I'm not accountable to any bosses or any owners or anything like that. I can take days off if I want to. I can take a vacation when I want to if I'm sick. I can take time off. Last year, my whole family got COVID. My mother-in-law brought it to us from a different city. She brought it to us, and we all caught it. And so I was out for 35, 40 days with COVID and wasn't able to do anything with my businesses hardly at all. And had I had a job, I'd have probably been fired, or if I hadn't gotten fired, I wouldn't have made any income, but that income was still coming in because, some of my businesses are subscription type businesses. And so that income continues to come in. But would I be able to retire from these businesses? Probably not, because they require my full-time attention. My eBay business requires full-time attention. My other marketing business requires full-time attention. My t-shirt business requires full-time attention. So everything requires full-time attention. And I don't really, I'm not to the point of hiring anybody for them. I can do it myself. I do some outsourcing with my marketing business, and I go to some people that I like all the time. And so you might say that they're like a 1099 employee, but other than that, I don't really have anybody like that. So I just run it all from my house here. So that being said, what do I do to set up for my retirement? Well, I'm not going to count on Social Security because I don't know if it's going to be there. I'm 50 years old, and I would like to not retire to draw Social Security. That is, I'd like to retire early, but to not draw Social Security until I'm 72, because in my particular age bracket, 72 is when you can draw full Social Security. So why not just wait till I'm 72 and do that? Now that's what they're counting on, is that you'll do that and then you'll die off early. So that's what they're hoping for. That's why they penalize you if you file for Social Security at age 62, age 64, age 65, whatever. They only give you a small percentage of what you should draw because they know that they're going to have to pay it out longer to you. Okay. So what do I do to prepare for this? Well, I do various things. I invest in dividend stocks, okay, stocks that will pay dividends, like power companies or phone companies or drink companies like Coca-Cola and things like that. And again, this is not advice. This is not financial advice. This is not buying stock advice. I'm just telling you what I do, okay? And you should always consult a financial advisor if you're going to do something like this. Another thing I do is I've saved money and able to buy real estate, and then I'm able to rent that real estate out. I have a few tricks that I've learned a long time ago that helped me be able to do that, and I was able to get into real estate by basically purchasing a house for $12,000, spending another $50,000 fixing it up, and then I was totally paid for. So when I was charging $1,200 a month rent, I was able to that was clear profit. So that being said, that being the case, that's something that you can do to create a residual income or an infinity income for you when you retire. So always remember this: if you're in your eBay business and you're making, let's say it costs you $4,000 a month to live, but you're making $8,000 a month. Of course, you're going to have to pay taxes out of that. But let's say $2,000, let's say $3,000 goes to taxes. That leaves you $5,000. Well, that leaves you $1,000 a month above and beyond. Some people may take that $1,000 a month profit and or above and beyond their bills and say, let's just go spend it. Well, I say, and I do, is save it. And of course, somebody has to call me here right in the middle of this. Sorry about that. I say save it, and 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 save it. And then, once you've built up enough money, invest some of that money is what I do. That's what I do. I save it, I save it, save it, and then I invest some of that money either in stocks or in real estate, one of the two, and go that route with it. And again, this is not financial advice. You should seek out your own financial advisor, your own attorneys, your own accountants, whatever, and do all that stuff. I'm just telling you what I do. And again, this is kind of like a an off subject video, but again, I told you all that I would create videos of my knowledge over the last 20 plus years of owning a business and how I do things and set myself up for retirement and other residual type incomes and things like that. So that's what I'm going to say. Is I'm going to leave this video at that. It's pretty long already. Yep, it looks like it's about 10 or 11 minutes long already. And I'll just leave it at that and just say that, you know what, when you're making over what your living is, save and invest. That's what I do. And again, I'm not telling you to do that, but that's what it sounds like I did. But I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying that when I make over my livable income, I save and invest. So be sure you definitely are out there looking out for your future, because you know, in this day and age, people live to be 90 and 100 years old, and you could be one of those people that lives to be 100 years old. And what are you going to do in that time frame? Are you going to continue to do eBay until you die? I mean, if you are, that's fine. But what if you get to the point where you can't? You know, what if when you get in your 90s, you can't hardly walk or do anything, and you don't have anybody to help you? So you've got to think about those particular types of things. We're not getting any younger, that's for sure. Every day is a day older, and every day is a day closer to retirement. And so, not to be a downer on that, but that's just a fact that a lot of people don't think of, and a lot of people don't pay attention to. And so just think about it. So hey, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click that little bell so you're notified each and every time I put out a new video. And until next time, I'll see each and every one of you on the flip side.